Hello. We're back with Twilight Princess. Last time we did a lot of side content and side quests. We started with getting the Master Sword, and then just kind of went around and got some Poes and Bugs and opened up Malomart at the end. And today we're going to be venturing into Gerudo Desert. So that without further ado, let's continue. Alright. I believe I can teleport down to Lake Hylia to save some time. Alright, yep. And I don't think there's anything else I really needed to do. I know that there's a Hero's Shade waiting for me in Gerudo Desert, but that'll happen when I get there. So for now I just need to talk to him and set up, I believe I need to get the cannon set up. So that I can go to Gerudo Desert. If Gerudo Desert, I think Arbiter's Grounds is the next dungeon, if I'm remembering correctly, because we have to see the Mirror of Twilight first. Oh, my controller's having some problems. One moment. There we go. A little bit of drift. I want to see if that fairy's still there, because I got rid of the fairy last time thinking I needed my bottle, and I did not. So if I can get my fairy back, that might be helpful. But if it's not there, it's not there. Nice. Alright. Always handy. And get that off of my HUD so I don't accidentally use it. I've seen that happen one too many times to people. I do not need that to happen to me. Alright. I think it's Aru up here who I have to talk to. It's been 2 weeks since I saw his name. I thought it was about time for you to arrive. Yeah, it took me a bit. Master Link, is it? You do know Telma, don't you? I am Aru. I am part of the group that Telma kindly allows to meet at her bar. I have heard all about your deeds from her. Now, you being a courageous youth, you have likely heard of the strange events in the desert and come to investigate, no? Or am I mistaken? You do know, don't you, Master Link? The Gerudo Desert once held a prison built to hold the worst criminals this land has ever known. The criminals who were sentenced to death were sent directly to the underworld by a cursed mirror that was kept in the prison. Now that prison is condemned, and even the road leading to the desert is impassable. This desert, at the world's end, it still holds the cursed mirror and the malice of the doomed inmates. These old bones know that the evil currently plaguing Hyrule is related to this wicked place, so I have come to learn the truth. Master Link, I must ask, what will you do now? Don't tell me you plan to enter the desert and confirm my suspicions with your own eyes. Ah, is that so? Then let good Aru help you out. You see Lake Hylia below us? A man named Fire runs an amusement ride of sorts there. Give him these. See, long ago, I saved this man Fire's life, and now he cannot refuse me if I ask a favor. If you should leave the rest up to Fire, all should go well. Alright. Might as well just swim over. Oh, look, there's a red rupee up there. I think that's a red rupee. I never noticed that before. I wonder if it's a little thing that you can get with the cuckoo. Yeah, looks like it. Hey, you're back. So, fella, I guess you liked the ride, huh? Oops. Alright, I think I have to get the item out. Yeah, it's in there. Alright. There we go. From old Aru, huh? Ah, well, I guess I ought to do what the old coot says. Oasis flight, right? Oasis. Oasis. Yes, it's Gerudo. He was just talking about how I'm going to Gerudo. Obviously, it's Gerudo. So here you go. One of our secret options not available to the general public. This time's all paid for. So what do you say? You want to go? Yep. Alrighty then, but remember, next time you gotta pay. Sweet sailing, buddy of mine. One for Oasis, fire in the hole. This should be the last time I have to use this cannon other than... I think this specific cannon, because I think that the cannon that takes you to the Sky Temple is a different cannon. And that's what the repairs are for. But once I get a place to teleport in Gerudo Desert, I won't need to use cannons anymore. Dramatic. Wait, Link? Before we go on, there's something I want you to hear. Do you remember what the spirit said about the fused shadows? What do you think happened to the magic wielders who tried to rule the sacred realm? They were banished. They were chased across the sacred lands of Hyrule and driven into another realm by the goddesses. Lower drop. It was another world entirely, the antithesis of Hyrule, where the sun shines bright. Its denizens became shadows that could not mingle with the light. Eventually, most came to call it the Twilight Realm, and from it, none could return to the world of light. They were forever doomed to live in the twilight, flitting in the half-light of dusk, mere shadows of Hyrule. This is the history of the Twilight as it has been passed down from our ancestors. Do you now understand what I am? I'm a descendant of the tribe that was banished to the Twilight Realm. Sins of thy father, but it's not your fault, so like... It was a peaceful place, until Zant took control of the Twilight Realm and transformed all of the Twilight into shadow beasts. It's clear to me now that he somehow gained a great evil power previously unknown to our tribe. In any case, I was sent from there and could no longer get into the Twilight Realm without his power. But there's another tale told by my people. Though the goddesses forbade us to return to the world of the light, they left one link, I get it, link, between the light and the darkness. Something called the Mirror of Twilight was passed to the protectors of Hyrule. It's our only path to the Twilight Realm, and we must get there. You'll come with me, won't you? So unfortunate that the Twilight Realm is such an underwhelming dungeon. I'll probably talk more on it when we get there, but that'll be in a few weeks. The desert, I'll be honest, also is a little underwhelming, and it doesn't help that it's slow. I'll just go there the long way. What am I doing? I can go at least a little faster. So part of my problem with the desert is that it is slow, because you can't have Epona in here which makes sense, and that's fair. And I'm not as upset about that early on. My problem is more so later with, once you complete the dungeon, there's the dungeon oh, I need to go all the way back. I have to get that Poe. But the dungeon item is just so underwhelming. And it's a very cool concept, but it's completely underutilized and half-baked. And that's the spinner. It could have been a really great item with a lot of utility, but not only do they give it to you really, really late in the dungeon, like right before the final boss, so you don't even get to use it in its dungeon very much, but the only time you really use it outside of the dungeon are for scripted events or puzzles. There's no utility outside of times where the game literally forces you to use it as the only way to solve an incident. Because, like, for instance, like in Skyward Sword, you have the beetle, and that's not necessarily an attacking kind of item, but it's very useful for getting items that are too far for you to get to, so on and so forth, picking up and dropping just for creativity's purpose. And it's the first dungeon item, and it still maintains its usage well throughout the game. And I think that's one of Twilight Princess's weak points, is that a lot of its items get overshadowed pretty quickly, or are just not designed for longevity. You have, like, the first two items you get, the slingshot and the boomerang. The slingshot right before the first dungeon, and the boomerang in the first dungeon. And the Gale Boomerang is cool in concept, but it really doesn't do much in terms of picking up items, because there's not really much to pick up, especially once you get the claw shot. So it's not just helpful to be able to pick up things, unlike in Skyward Sword, where you can pick up bombs with the beetle, or it intentionally puts helpful items, like maybe hearts or rupees, in a place where it incentivizes you to use the beetle. Whereas Twilight Princess, you don't really need it, especially when you get the claw shot. And then the other usage is attack, and the slingshot and boomerang are both very weak when it comes to attack, which is fine because it's early in the game. But then you get to the second dungeon and you immediately get the bow. Immediately. Right after getting some long-range weak weapons, you get a very strong, especially in Twilight Princess, the bow is strong. Very strong long-range weapon that completely overshadows those other two weapons. So why would I ever use the Gale Boomerang or the slingshot again? The slingshot, I never use again. Unless I'm like, you know what, I don't want to use my arrows. And even then, that's being nice. Because usually I'll just suck it up and use an arrow. And the boomerang I only use in, again, scripted events, where it's like the cart chase, which I hate anyway. Where you have to use the Gale Boomerang to put out the fire. So I don't use the Gale Boomerang. It's not good for stunning. It's not good for, like, Wind Waker's Boomerang. You can use it to stun, and it also is useful in the terrain because it gives you another option on the boat. When you're going to platforms, you can destroy the cannons on the platforms with the boomerang instead of with your bombs. So you get to use something that doesn't have a cost. Ooh, the Poe's gonna go away. Am I too far? Oh, come on. Alright, that's kind of silly. So, anyway, my cat meowed. But the bow and the bow overshadows both of those two dungeon items, and then you get the claw shot in the third dungeon, which gets rid of the last use of the Gale Boomerang. So why would I ever use those items again? Especially, crazy enough, getting it early game. Down. So that's one of Twilight Princess's issues, is just items getting overshadowed. And then the other problem is putting in these kind of filler items that just don't have use. Like I said, talked about the spinner already, and then there's also the Dominion Rod, which you get, I think, in the next dungeon, because I think after this is Twilight, not Twilight, oh my goodness, that's the name of the game, Temple of Time. Which, the Dominion Rod is a very cool concept. I actually much prefer how it's handled in Hyrule Warriors, where you can kind of summon statues, and it would be an easy fix, because it's completely useless unless there's a statue in front of you. And when is there ever going to be a oh man, I just want to get the Poe. Give me one moment and I'll fight you, but let me get this Poe first. It's before it's gone, you know? Leave me alone. I just want the Poe. I just want the Poe. Thank you. The ball and chain's a great item. The bow is really useful, but I could argue it's a little too good. It has incredible range, shoots in a straight line, and does a good amount of damage. Which, I love the bow, because I love using the bow. But it's a little overpowered. Hi, Coolity. I'm just ranting right now about the items in Twilight Princess. Helm Splitter. Okay, I believe it's Shield Bash. Yeah, that was definitely it. Yep. I did not mess that up at all. The double claw shot is really cool in its idea, though. I do like the double claw shot. I would prefer hook shot, but I do like the double claw hook shot. Claw shot. Oh my goodness. Iron boots are iron boots. It's, you can't really, like, say much about that. That's just a classic. Oh, I don't know what he said. You cannot strike unforeseen unless you shoot. Okay, that's what I was doing. I could not. I did not read what he said to do. That's on me. Alright. I do like this one. It gets really funny. Especially sometimes you're just walking around and you don't want to fight. And then Link just puts his hand up to the sword. Okay. I don't know if there are any other pose. I feel like there's one more in the stretch up, but I don't know if it's too late. Because it looks like day is breaking. Okay, yeah, that's a little rude. I do love this section leading up. It's just funny, I'm usually here at night. Yeah. Goodbye. No, I want to do this stealthily. Let me do this stealthily. Oh, this is awkward. Hold on. Let me... I didn't really need the arrows, actually. Alright. Is there someone up there? Because the music's still going. That's weird. Because I don't think anyone is alive and who sees me. Damn. Ooh, wait, I think I can get him from here. Maybe not. I don't know where. Ooh. Oh, no, 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 no! 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 Where were you? Bitch? Where are you? Where did you come from? I want to do this stealthily. Shush. I don't know where the music's going. I thought I was doing this stealthily. Oops. I looked away for a split second. I'm back. I'll go over there. Oh yes, just stand there and like make a whole show of it. That's great. Thanks. There's another guy. Where'd he go? Boo. I like doing this so stealth. I was looking forward to this. This is so unfortunate. I don't know how... I don't know who saw me. Are they infinite until I, like, get to where I'm supposed to be? I think I had to take out the watchtower, guys. Yay. There's a heart piece in one of these. Yep. Look at me. Remembering. And more money. I really don't need more money, but alright. I'm done with Mal. Well, there's a heart piece that I can get from the old guy. So I guess this works. Alright, time for a rematch. Let's go. Do I fight him first? Yeah, I fight him first. And then he sets it on fire. Alright. Okay, see, that was a little mean. You did not need to hurt him. Love the targeting not working. I don't know why he wasn't getting hit. I'm gonna run out of health like this. Okay. Just a little bit of bullying. Okay. You too. Such a sore loser. Such a sore loser. Alright, dude, you gotta get up. Thank you. Let's get out of here. Yay. I remember that scaring me so much as a kid. I'm like, I'm gonna die in here! And it's just fine. Oh yeah, there's the other Poe. I knew there was another Poe. Alright, let me get that. Get down here. Alright. Get some hearts back from that. Get a chest. I need to... Oh, shoot. I really need to refuel my lantern. This is a problem. I think I need it for this dungeon. I've been meaning to do that, and I never did. Uh-oh. And I can't teleport back here. So, until I have a teleport spot, I'm kind of screwed, because I don't want to have to traverse the desert again. So, damn. Hopefully I can make the lantern oil last a bit. Any hearts? Who's attacking me? Okay, yep. I don't see anyone. I don't know why the music started going. There we go. Alright. Let's go. My hot take is this dungeon's okay. I don't really like it all that much. I think it gets a little tedious, especially toward the end. Because you have to do a lot of backtracking with the spinner to revisit places, and it gets a little annoying. Okay. I remember... Link, would you... Thank you. Shoot. Oh, wait. Rude! I tried to kill you earlier and you wouldn't let me. You're a jerk. He did not need to take me down with him. That probably dealt like 2 hearts, knowing this game. A heart. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Because I healed right before going in there. Leave me alone. Bam. Bam. Let's get that open. I rolled. I rolled. I rolled. Thank you. And I don't have a key. Oh wait, here we go. Dungeon map? Well, key. I do need the key, but... Oh my god, the game loves me. The game absolutely adores me. I forgot this was here. Let me put that on Y. Alright. I don't want to have my lantern out. There we go. I can see. Anyone over here? Yeah. Can we, like, not do that? Perfect. That's right, it's roughing off of the, ripping, that's it. No. I think it's riffing. Anyway, it's referencing, at the very least, Ocarina of Time's Forest Temple. Which I like significantly more than this dungeon. I do like what this dungeon goes for, but I don't like the backtrackiness of it. Alright, let's get the Post Sisters. Though I don't think these ones are sisters. Thank you. Does this count as getting a postal? Nice. Yeah, I don't need Ilya anymore. Bye, Ilya. I like the beginning part of this dungeon, if that makes sense. Like, getting the pose is fine. I prefer it in Ocarina of Time, but this is fine. It's still good. That might be a map, though. Jesus, Link. I do want a map, if that's a map. piece of heart. Still good. Ay. Alright. You guys can just hop around for a minute. Dungeon map. Because this place gets a little convoluted. Thank you. I did not need to use flare. Alright, let's start in the basement since I opened it. Stop going in a circle. Come on. You're a jerk. Forgot there's a hole specifically one. Did this open anything? Yes, it did. Come on, come on, come on. Get out of it, get out of it, get out of it. Thanks. Let's open this. That's helpful. Thank you. I don't remember which way I'm going with it, but... this way. Wait, hold on. I see you. Is this something I can do, or is it a drop-down point? I think it's a drop-down. Alright. Boo. So this is it? Just the key? Alright. The map doesn't show anything anyway, so I might as well just go. Alright, let me go to the upstairs one. Alright, let me unlock this. Okay. Ah, I forgot about that. Oi. I see the spikes coming up. Yeah, go away. That's right. I need it down there and push forward. Alright, this section's fun in concept, but a little annoying. Can I look around, please? Either way, it should be fine if I stay here. What is up there? I don't know. You're kidding. Link, you can hop that. Come on. There we go. Ow. Give me the chest. And the that's helpful. I want to know where the chests are. Alright. Jump, 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 jump. I'm gonna get so many rupees here. I don't need it. I do need this key, though. I wish Wolf Link got stronger. Oop, hold on. I don't want to be a wolf for this fight. That was great. I love this game. Why would he roll all the way to the side? That just doesn't make sense. Is the Poe in here? Did I miss the Poe? Whatever. Alright. Another key. Alright, and the horrifying part. Oh, I forgot she can open doors. Shoot. So what's the point of that? Because I didn't see a Poe in there. I guess to get to this side. I see it. Put it on the other side. Okay. And up we go, and pull the lever. Pull the lever, Kronk! And that door there is what I'm supposed to be getting, but I'm curious about that chest. Oh, I do want that chest. Maybe I can make it back in time. Oh, it's a stamp. Alright, let me pull it again. Leave me alone. So many chests. Let's get here. The heart. Does that count as dead? No, I have to use bombs. Alright. Bro, the bomb was about to go off. Come on. That's stupid. Thank you. Why not? Why not? This game's obsession with giving me bombs. Except for when I needed it. Is this a certain order, or was it just light all of them? I think it's light all of them. It'd be funny if I just happen to get that right. I think some of them spawn enemies, but eh. Or not. Oh. I just got really lucky. That's funny. That's really funny. Go time. I really think I missed one. But, c'est la vie. I'll go back if I have to. Come on. Yeah, I don't really want to fall into a hole, so... Yeah, I think I missed one. That's annoying. Yeah. Alright, this one's not gonna help. I have to go up. So there's a door that I haven't been into yet. Oh, I see the... Okay. I thought there was no way to get back up. Okay, okay. I got this. I see what they want me to do. Yeah, transform human. I'm just like... Okay. Don't leave me alone. That's fine. I feel like I always miss this one whenever I play the game. Like, there's always the one I have to go back for. Come on. Game. What is going on? Coming out here. There we go. I don't know why that was happening. Yeah, one more. Drop down. Thank you. Ugh. I have to move the door, don't I? Alright. Off we go. Okay. What? Oh, screw you. Screw you. I missed 2 in here? Are you kidding me? Ugh. Alright. I thought I heard the Poe in here. I don't want to refight everything. Okay, we good? I don't know why the Z targeting stopped, but it did. Sorry about that. Alright. The post section's done. That's a little tedious. I think my biggest thing is I just don't want to go around as Wolf Link. How close am I to going back to the main room? Not close at all. I should just backtrack at this point. Right? No, I'm very close. I was looking at that backwards. My bad. My bad. So I might as well just go back to the main room and just jump down. Alright. Onward. Spinner for later. Alright, let's go into the dead end room first. Never mind, not much of a dead end room. I'm gonna leave that for a bit. Let me go the other way. That's right. This is not something I can do yet, so I do have to go down there. Alright, alright, let's go. I do want to go up first. Anything? Check to see. Yep, there's some chests. That's rude. Yeah, I'm gonna need that. Cool. Cool. Let's see. Doesn't really give me anything. Nope, I thought that was the wrong way. Yes, can we stop with the music now? I'm gonna have to do all this and go back down in a minute. Alright. Back down. Okay. If I remember correctly, it's better to be a wolf in this room. I think there's rats. It's not gonna open it for long. I have to route. Let me get this guy first. Oh, damn. I should have just been doing that from this whole time. Alright, that doesn't do anything. That's a little annoying. There we go. Yeah, can you like stop freaking out while I'm trying to do this, please? Just get over here. Okay, fine, fine. Please move. Thank you. You. Hi. Good. You can go. Actually, that's fine. All right. I'm confused. What? I'm not doing this. Come on back, come on back, come on up. Good morning. Damn, I'm almost out of arrows. Probably be a bit more careful. Could you guys go away? God damn. Okay. Where was that? Well, I can't get up there. Ooh, that's a crazy way to dodge that. Oh, link it up. I'm definitely doing this the complete wrong way, but this is fine. There we go. And I leave mini boss in here. Do love the mini boss for this dungeon. It's very cinematic, and I gotta love that, and I gotta appreciate that. I don't remember how to fight it, though. I would like to have arrows back, but... I thought I had to be Wolfling for this fight, no? Yeah. Yeah, it's the same as the post. Alright. Alright, so nothing unique. Or is he just visible now? Arena, go back human. It'd be nice to target. It'd be nice if I could target. It would be nice if I could target him. Am I not supposed to play volley? I guess not. Where'd he go? There we go. I hope there's arrows in here. I missed more than I would have liked to. I remember there being more backtracking. I guess not. I don't know, I guess it's just me struggling in the beginning with the pose and always having to backtrack. Alright. Wasted opportunity. Spinner. Oh, that... I never talked about what I thought the spinner could be used for. It could have been a transversal item. Just faster than Wolfling, slower than Epona, but better on more turf and you can use it indoors kind of thing. And then, you know, it would have use, and then you could also attack with it in air. But nope, they had to make it so it slows down. I don't understand why. It just seems like such a waste. And I think that's my biggest critique with this game, is that there's a lot of moments where it just feels like wasted potential. Where they could have had something cool, and then they didn't. Like, come on, you're riding on a blade. Oh my god. Beyblade. Oops. That's a little silly. That's a little silly that you can just completely screw up and drown and have to wait for a long-ass animation. That's a little silly. Could not take the spinner back out. Honestly, the issue I had there was mostly just the fact that I had to wait for an animation. That's just annoying. Yeah, that's definitely what I needed right now. Thanks. I'd always get myself trapped in this room because I would go in the wrong order, and because I could just jump on things. But watch me do it again anyway. Okay, that's not the direction at all that I wanted to go in. I would like arrows back. I mean, that's something. Ooh, second line. Let's go. Ooh, I cut that a little close. I was never good at timing these jumps, so I'm expecting to fail miserably. I don't know where I'm supposed to go either, so... Hey. Am I supposed to just, like... Obviously something's wrong. I just don't know what. God. Oh, I'm just remembering how annoying this damn dungeon is. And that I just don't like it. Jesus. I don't know where I'm supposed to jump. I don't know what my goal is. I don't know where I'm supposed to be trying to get to. Because I make a jump like that and then it doesn't reward me at all. So I don't... Because it looked like that was the jump that I was supposed to make, but it just took me right back to the beginning. Speaking of right back to the beginning... Oi. I just find this dungeon really tedious and really annoying. It's cool in concept and has good lore behind it, but that's about it. And I have the controversial opinion of not liking the boss. Where am I supposed to go? The map isn't helpful. Looking around the room isn't very helpful either. This is always the room that I think of when I think of this dungeon and just the pure stress. I see what I'm supposed to do. It's not very intuitive to just let myself go off a cliff, though. I don't know. I just don't find this dungeon appealing. I was ever so slightly too early. I'm getting impatient. Okay. Oh my goodness. I don't know why I jumped. Alright. Alright. Just let it go. Just let it go. Except for here, because it's annoying. And ride it out. Alright. There's a dungeon. It's on the other side of the door, so it's not in this room. Whoa! What was I supposed to do in that situation? What was I supposed to do in that situation? Oi. Beyblade. Okay. Yeah, you do get this right at the end. It's just that one room where you have it, and it's one of the most annoying rooms in this entire game. Oi. Oh, yes, yep. That's fair. That's great. I don't know how that one happened, but I just don't like this dungeon. I'll say it. Twilight Princess has decent dungeons for the most part. I don't understand the absolute admiration people have for the dungeons in this game. Because Forest Temple, it's cute. It's a beginner dungeon, but nothing really to write home about because it's just the first dungeon. So Forest Temple, whatever. Lakebed, you know, I like it. It's my second favorite in the game. It's unique. It has charm to it. There's a nice puzzle element. I like it. Okay, where are we going? Where are we going? Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna make that jump. This is a little annoying. I didn't intend to get set back that much. Anyway, Goron Mines, it's cute. It gets a little slow with the, oh, I thought maybe. It gets a little slow with the iron boot mechanic and having to walk on the ceilings in some areas because of how slow the iron boots are, so it gets a little tedious with that. You're kidding me right now. You are absolutely kidding me. And then this dungeon, I don't like. I just, I don't like it. Which again, I know is a hot take, but I think there's just a lot of missed opportunity here. And I don't like City in the Sky much either. Temple of Time is good. I like Temple of Time. It's one of the few instances where they handle backtracking in a very interesting light. Because you're going through it all kind of in a different motion. And I just like the idea of going backwards with the, statues. Snow Peak is really, really good. It's the best one in the game. Snow Peak is amazing. Then you get to the Twilight Realm, and that's kind of bad, not gonna lie. It's mediocre at best. It's very underwhelming, especially for a location that's been hyped up the entire game, and the whole lore is revolving around it, and you just kind of get there and there's no character to it. I kind of wish there was a corresponding town and like civilian, well, there are some civilians that you interact with, but a more developed world to explore there. And Hyrule Castle is just on a whole nother level, though. I absolutely adore Hyrule Castle in that. I don't like this boss. I struggle with this boss. I'm gonna save the game here. But, no, to me, there's Lakebed, Snow Peak, and Hyrule Castle, and that's really it for the dungeons I like here. You still live. How astonishing. No wonder some call you hero. This is truly a bittersweet reunion. Truly. For I fear this is the last time I will see you alive. Cool boss and concept. I gave them this. It's such a cool boss and concept and a great lead up with Zant. The boss fight's annoying. The boss fight is just annoying. I hate that the skeletons pop up in a randomized order. And that you have to just go in and out and in and out and in and out and just hope that you get good RNG. That's not how a boss should work. It should not just be RNG, not in a Zelda game. That's a little absurd to me. I don't like Arbiter's crowns. And then you can just appear right in front of you and just pop up. And you won't have any chance to really reroute. And yeah, you could bounce off of them, but it's just so... The physics are just a little jank with it, so there's no really telling where you'll end up if you bounce off. So there's not much control you have over it, and you lose speed. So it's... just so annoying. I got very close to falling off of that spinner. Because I slowed down, because I was bouncing around. Not to mention the... Literally... Oh, that was such a horrible setup. Like this. Like this. And go. And then the spikies forcing you to get off at times. Even when you're not quite ready. And I just got entirely blocked there. I don't understand why people absolutely adore this boss to the degree that they do. Because I just find that it's really kind of broken. And tedious and annoying. I was completely holding a different direction. I've tried attacking them before and it didn't work, so I'm confused as to why it's now suddenly working. And I don't really relish the idea of having to go in and out, just constantly attacking to just forge a path. Because the camera doesn't really follow properly. And I attack and I get bounced away, so I have to go back in there. And I don't know if I'll be able to get the same angle again with the spinners attacking me here, because I have to get off. Like, that took way too long to just get to the point where I could be. And then the head fight I also find to be pretty janky. Mostly just... I don't like the idea that I am forced to jump at a non-strategic time that is detrimental to me because there's spiky spinners blocking my path and about to run me over. And if I don't get out of the way, I'm screwed and I fall down to the bottom. But if I do move, then it puts me at a disadvantage in the fight. So it's a lose-lose and it's not strategic. It's not... I don't know, it just messes with the flow of the fight. And then there are times where I feel like the depth perception isn't quite right, where I think I should be close enough to be able to hit the head when it's in the air, but it's not. But I will say, again, visually, this is cool as hell. This is such a really cool concept for a boss, of this floating head stabbed with this magical sword to bring it back to life in this aggro form. These cinematics are crazy for this fight. I will give it that. I do love good cinematics in a fight, and I can often overlook a lot of flaws I have with a fight because of the cinematics, but I just don't find myself able to do that as much in this fight. And I don't understand why I got hit there, because I thought I jumped soon enough, but again, the depth perception is really difficult. So now I have to restart everything. And it's such it's a long wind up to just get to this point where he actually starts attacking again. But again, the visuals are so cool, like the red lines emanating from the sword as I'm hitting it. This boss has so much going for it artistically and conceptually. That's about it. And lore-wise, with how much you can theorize about it. Same with this dungeon, honestly. It's really cool aesthetically. It's really cool lore-wise, with what they do give you and the things that you can infer with, like, the people imprisoned that they hint to are likely the Gerudo. And there's no Gerudo in this game, so did they go extinct? Did they execute them all? Did some of them... I don't even know what to say about what just happened there. Did some of them escape? And I have to go through this whole sequence again. It's very punishing, and just, it's tedious and slow, and I don't want to sit through all of this again and again and again when there wasn't much dodging what he threw at me, because I couldn't jump sooner, or he changed where he was shooting, and I couldn't jump later, and I thought I was in a place where I was attacking him, not where I was getting attacked. And I also can't risk falling all the way to the bottom and having nowhere to jump to. Like this. I had nowhere to go. I think the dungeon, I just think this is such a flawed concept, because you need to have more space, you need to be higher up for this fight, but if it's higher up, then I'm sitting here waiting for this to get higher for a longer period of time, and it's more annoying. I do think that they should have another ring at the bottom of this wall, because it's a very big blank spot. I'm gonna use this to get up a little bit. What was I supposed to do there? What was I supposed to do there? Great. This is great. This is absolutely lovely and wonderful. I have to start from the bottom. That's absolutely great. These spinners are just in the way, the spikes. Oh yes, this is a great time to attack me. I'm not high up enough. I'm completely screwed. I get completely screwed when I go up there. I absolutely hate this fight. Every time I play it, it's just so janky. It's not smooth. It's not set up properly. The space is simultaneously too big as it's too slow, and not enough. Where I don't think they executed this idea at all fully. And I think these spikes are really what's getting to me, because I'm not able to climb up fully with those spikes there. And I'm getting sent further down because I'm trying to climb up. Are you kidding me? I got out of the way. He changes his which way he's facing mid-shot. So, but the distance that he's shooting me from, if I jump, then I get hit, but if I stay, I get hit. He should not be shooting me that many times. He should not be shooting me when I'm that close to him, because it makes it pretty difficult to tell depth perception-wise how far I am from him and when it's safe to jump. It just... This fight just doesn't work how they want it to work. And now I'm sent all the way to the bottom. I don't know how it sent me all the way down here, but I'm so screwed. Why is that spike so low? Why is the camera like this? I can't see. Thank you. Oh my god, I still can't see properly. Why is the camera doing this? I can't see. Jeez. I'm so glad that's over. I'm so glad that's over. Unnecessarily convoluted. Sorry, I complained so much about this one. I just don't like this dungeon. And I always try and hype it up in my mind because I love the lore surrounding it. So I always think highly on it in reflection, and then when I'm actually playing it, I realize and remember that I don't really like it that much. But it's done. I think the only other dungeon in this game that I actively dislike is Twilight Realm. Palace of Twilight. Because everything else is either mediocre or really good. It has 3 really good, 2 really bad, and then 1, 2 mediocre, and then one I just dislike, but it's more of a personal dislike than it's bad. I think I don't need, yeah. Like, look how fast this is, but then it slows down on you. Imagine that as just a transportation tool. It could have been so good. Did I pick up the heart? I did pick up the heart. I remember hearing the sound effect. I just always think of the potential that this item has, that this dungeon has, and I think that's why I always look back on this dungeon so fondly. Despite not liking this dungeon. Like, at all. And now I have a teleportation spot, but it's at the top of this and not in the desert. I think there is a place in the desert where I can go to get the teleportation spot, but I don't remember where it is. Regardless, though, I do have a teleportation spot here, but it's not really helpful because it's just going to get me to the Mirror of Twilight, because I'm not going to be going through that whole dungeon again just to get to the desert. I'd rather just pay the money. Alright, who's on the outskirts? Why are there so many? Okay, I'm just gonna... Okay. Are you kidding me? I was attacking the keys! Oh my god. I feel like the targeting can be so jank in this game. Alright. And I held the button and it didn't do it. That's great. Thank you. Alright, I'm gonna pick up a heart. I have this weird thing about trying to keep the hearts full, because it's satisfying and I don't like seeing it with anything missing. Even though I'm pretty fine on health and I'm not gonna die. And I have two like, it's a non-concern. I just like having the hearts. This bit of lore that we're about to get is so cool, though. So, I can't... Thank you. I can't be entirely mad at this dungeon because it's got a good payoff. And just like the little attention to detail of the one sign, I guess you could call it, up the emblem up there being broken to represent the sage who died. Oh look, it's the spot where that heart breaks hearts. Yeah, the end of this game is so brutal, and I disagree with Midna and how the game ends. Oh yeah, shoot, it's broken! Sorry, I went into this knowing that it was broken, so I was very confused at her shock here. My bad. A dark eternity lurks in the twilight. It houses an evil power. You who are guided by fate, you who possess the crest of the goddesses, hear us. At the command of the goddesses, we, sages of... Oh my goodness, I cannot talk. Even when foresight is 2020. At the command of the goddesses, we, sages, have guarded the Mirror of Twilight since ancient times. You seek it, but the Mirror of Twilight has been fragmented by mighty magic. That magic is a dark power that only he possesses. His name is... Ganondorf. Big reveal! Except it's not a big reveal for me. But big reveal! He was the leader of a band of thieves who invaded Hyrule in the hopes of establishing dominion over the sacred realm. He was known as a demon thief, an evil magic wielder renowned for his ruthlessness. But he was blind. In all of his fury and might, he was blind to any danger, and thus was he exposed, subdued, and brought to justice. I also love that he takes this and makes it his own sword. Like, that's metal as hell. He rips the sword out of his gut and says, "This is my sword now." Insane. Yet, my bad. let me focus and keep reading. I just had to compliment the game a little bit. A little glazing. I love this scene so much. I love it so much, and I love the dialogue here, so I should shut up and read it. By some divine prank, he, too, had been blessed with the chosen power of the gods. I just love the word choice of divine prank. Ah, it's so good. I feel like this is Ganon at his most powerful, or at least he's aura farming so much. He is so aura farming. God damn. I'd have to think on which Ganondorf I think is the most powerful. This is definitely him at his angriest. And I will say there is an air of power because he literally just got the Triforce of power. So I cannot deny that he is at a very powerful point here, despite the low, which is so crazy and is just a divine prank of this is a man that is about to be brought to justice. Kind of... It's hard to say brought to justice because he hadn't done anything necessarily at that point other than scheming. But you have this guy that's at his lowest, and this is when he's granted this immense power and is given the Triforce of Power to show that even in his weakest point, he is powerful. Just showing that he is the embodiment of power and is the right person to wield the Triforce of Power. Wind Waker is at his calmest, which frightens me more for some reason. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Being calm and collected while being menacing is so much more frightening than being angry and powerful, because there's just this air of being not really completely in control when you're in that state of anger, but when you are just calm and collected, so much scarier because you can think things through more, which that's such a great detail of Twilight Princess Ganondorf. Is the Ganondorf who wasn't able to fulfill his plans and his destinies because he was cut down before he could act, because Link went back in time and warned Zelda and warned the Hylian family, the Hyrulean family, that Ganondorf was scheming to do what he did in the future. And so he was cut down before he could do anything, and so he's full of anger because here's some kid that just walks up out of nowhere from the middle of the woods and goes to the royal family and says, hey, this guy is evil, he's gonna betray you, he's gonna backstab you. How does this kid know this? Where did he come from? How is he cut down by this kid and now he's being executed? So he's full of anger, and in Twilight Princess, he's trying to go through with the plans that he didn't get to go through with in Ocarina of Time because he was stopped. So a lot of the path that you go on in Twilight Princess mirrors, pun intended, with the Mirror of Twilight, but mirrors that of the adventure in Ocarina of Time, because he's fulfilling the plan that he had before he was put to death, that he hadn't gotten to execute. Whereas Wind Waker, you see the Ganondorf where he did get to try out his plan, but it failed. So he can't really be angry at anybody else, but recognize that his plan just did not work. Because Twilight Princess Ganondorf, he can be angry. He didn't even get to do what he was trying to do, so he doesn't even know if his plan's even worthwhile or foolproof or has potential. So he's angry because he was cut down before he could do anything. Wind Waker Ganondorf can take a step back, realize the errors in his plan, and formulate again. And that's the other reason why I find Wind Waker Ganondorf to be a bit scarier, not just because of he's calm and collected, but because he has the wisdom of, this plan doesn't work, let me try a different plan. Because in Twilight Princess, he's trying the same plan again, and you know it's one that you can stop because you were able to stop it in Ocarina of Time. But Wind Waker, it's a completely new plan. And I love both iterations. This is not me saying that Twilight Princess sucks, because I love the idea of this guy that's completely livid because he didn't get to go through with anything. But anyway, yeah, I love the parallels of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess Ganondorf's. And I love talking about how so well written they are, both of them. Ganondorf, when he sees a kid wearing a green tunic, he can't keep getting away with this. Love that. I feel like Wind Waker Ganon, he just sees the tunic and he's like, nope. Nope. Exactly. Wisdom from experience. I also just love the idea of him immediately trying to jump the gun in Wind Waker. Me talking about Wind Waker and glazing Wind Waker because it's my favorite game. Let's go. But I love that he tries to get a jump on everything before even spoilers. You know what? I'll try and do this without spoilers. Before even anybody knows where Zelda is, he is on the jump and saying, I'm gonna find her and I'm gonna kidnap any girl I can. Sounds wrong, but try and kidnap anybody who could fit the description of Zelda. Yeah, I know, it's a big shock that Wind Waker Gamer, my favorite game is Wind Waker. Who could have guessed? This is the turn of the century. But I love that he really has learned so much from his past errors and is just trying to come up with a plan with the foresight of how he failed in the past and how he could try and act ahead of everybody because he knows more than everybody else does, except for maybe the King of Red Lions. Because everyone else is kind of in the dark, and he has that advantage of knowing how things would go and being able to adjust and course correct. Anywho, his abiding hatred and lust for power turned to purest malice. I'm gonna go on another side tangent. I also love how multiple Zelda games set up the idea of malice, and Breath of the Wild takes it and runs with it. Twilight Princess just name-dropped malice a little bit. I believe Skyward Sword leans into it a bit more with, the end speech in the game, trying to do this with as little spoilers as possible, because I've not been great about spoilers in past streams, but the game has dialogue about Malice being reborn, because, you know, it's the first game in the timeline, so it's setting up the rest of the timeline of this cycle of rebirth and continuance of fighting, and how that malice will live through and live on. And then you just see a physical manifestation of the malice in Breath of the Wild, and I just think that's so cool. And it's probably not intentional for Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword to have set that up, but I like that they were able to look at the chain and the, pun intended, the link between them and say, huh, what if we take this and run with it? And I love that. I love Zelda. I love the attention to detail in everything in Zelda. Maybe Twilight Princess is the first time power is linked to malice, unless they're trying to move away from the Triforce having, like, human aspects or virtues. I think it's one of the... I mean, there's the aspect that it's very common that the wielder of the Triforce of Power is evil. But I think this is one of the few first times where you actually hear them discuss it as malice in particular. Which, to be fair, at this point, I think it was just a usage of synonyms and using malice as a synonym for evil. Whereas Breath of the Wild said, huh, let's make this a whole thing and make malice its own separate thing, which just kind of recontextualizes the word choices in Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword. And so now every time I see malice come up in another Zelda game, I'm like, oh wait, this kind of connects. But as for human aspects and virtues, yeah, I think power without wisdom is malicious, wisdom without courage is cowardice, courage without power is hopeless. I remember reading something like that. That's really interesting. I haven't seen that. I also do find it interesting to think about how just the wielder of the Triforce can influence the whole image of that Triforce piece. Like, power isn't supposed to intrinsically tie into evil, and it doesn't have to tie into evil. Like, for instance, we could talk about Spider-Man as an example of power, because with great power comes great responsibility. He uses his power for good. So power doesn't intrinsically need to be defined as evil. However, because the wielder of the Triforce of Power is continuously this evil figure, you see in the lore, especially in Breath of the Wild, the Zelda notes that came out with the Switch 2 discussed and built upon this, which is a question that I've had in my mind for a bit, of the... Don't go up there, Cinnamon, no, get down! The kittens are at it again. I gave them a whole cat tree yesterday, and they're still choosing to climb on what they shouldn't be climbing on. Get down! power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Interesting. Yeah. In the Zelda notes for Breath of the Wild, they talk about the devotion to the goddesses, and in particular to Din. Apparently she has become less favorable to the Hylians because of her association to Ganondorf and the Ilk, people who have had the Triforce of Power and abused it. So it is interesting to see how something can be so become so twisted that its original basis becomes confused with what it was used for. You know, because, like, it's not Din's fault. It's not just power, but it's the person who has the power. So it's kind of interesting. But a counterpoint was absolute power doesn't corrupt, but rather reveals character. Yes, exactly. That's like pretty much exactly where I was going with this, of the power isn't corruption, so it's not the Triforce of Power that's evil, it's Ganondorf who's evil. It's the person who keeps getting the Triforce of Power who's evil, which is kind of why, like the sages were just saying, it was a cruel divine prank that Ganondorf in this moment should get the Triforce of Power, that someone so evil, about to be put to death, about to be removed from this world, should be granted the Triforce of Power and blessed by the goddesses, which doesn't really help Din's favoring, but it's just really interesting to see how something that is meant to be part of this trifecta of balance is looked down upon now, even though without the power aspect of the Triforce would become unbalanced, and it is a necessary part of the trio. Reminds me of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, where the real president of the galaxy is the one who least wants the position because they don't want the power for power's sake, they just want to fix stuff. Yeah. It depends on who wields it. But again, because of the continuous trend of evil wielding that power, it's got a negative association now. I love Zelda lore. Perhaps that evil power has been passed on to Zant. You're just now figuring out where Zant got his power? It's far too late. Only the true leader of the Twilight can utterly destroy the Mirror of Twilight, so Zant could merely break it into pieces. So basically what they're saying is Zant's not the true leader, so he wasn't able to break the mirror. I wonder who the true leader is. Too bad it's always Ganon who gets the Triforce of Power. Yeah, I am curious if there's ever going to be a time where we see a subversion from that expectation, where we see somebody else, like a different Triforce piece, get corrupted. And I know that I'm trying to remember if the Triforce of Wisdom is intrinsically tied to the Hyrulean lineage. Or if it's just the blood of the goddess kind of thing. Because I know the blood of the goddess is passed down, obviously, through the family. But I'm trying to remember if the Triforce of Wisdom is also tied to that. Because it could be cool to see a mix-up of who has the Triforce pieces, or someone else be the villain. And have a different piece of the Triforce and be the villain. Once broken by magic, I'm gonna be so honest, I just want the Triforce to matter again, which is part of why I absolutely adore Echoes of Wisdom. I just want the Triforce to come back. Once broken by magic, the Mirror of Twilight became fragments, which even now lie hidden across the land of Hyrule. One is in the snowy mountain heights. Yeah, Snow Peak. One is in an ancient grove. it's a pretty good dungeon. It's a pretty good dungeon. It's not fantastic. And one is in the heavens. I don't like that dungeon. You, who have been sent by the goddesses, you should be able to gather the 3 pieces. I'd love to see Zelda with power. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking of. That was exactly what I was thinking of. Link with wisdom and Ganon with courage. Because I think that version of Ganon might be even more reckless and terrifying. Interesting. You're so right. Because I was also thinking about Ganon with wisdom, but like we were talking about with Wind Waker, we've kind of already seen a wise Ganondorf. So seeing a Ganondorf who just is... Well, I guess all of the Ganons kind of don't have much fear, which is kind of weird, but... Yeah, courage without wisdom is reckless. Yeah. Just have this very reckless Ganondorf could be fun. Because he usually is pretty well thought out. The closest we get to that recklessness is Twilight Princess, and that's just because of rage, but not courage. Why are you on my desk? Why are you climbing everything? I gave you a whole cat tower. Climb your tower. Oh, kittens. But you must be prepared, for a dangerous power resides in those fragments. It'd also be interesting to see a Link who isn't as steadfast and is a bit more reserved. And we've already seen that we don't need our protagonist to be a wielder of courage, and that you can still be able to face dangers without that courage. Because we've seen it with Echoes of Wisdom. Get down from there! Get out of my plant. Get. No. Oh my goodness. I think my cat has courage without wisdom. She's pretty reckless right now. Like seeing him gleefully engage in battle, like in an almost berserker, like bloodlust. But that might be too explicit for Nintendo. That would be really fun though. Just like no holds barred. I think I could just teleport, actually. So. The spinner gives me access to a few puzzles, but nothing much. Get down! Great, now you got your sister climbing. Come on. It's fun, because during the streams... Nice. Oh my god, you two? Both of you. Get down, get down. Look. Toy. And some more. Have fun. The kittens will spend half the stream asleep and then the other half wreaking havoc. I got so lucky last time because they were mostly quiet last stream. Oh boy. I know I'm not going to be streaming too much longer tonight. Partially because last week's stream was just so long, but also because I'm really kind of tired today. And that dungeon kind of took it out of me, I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to go to there. I really don't want to go there. I want to go to Castletown, but I don't want to advance the main plot. Because I think they're going to tell me to go to Snow Peak, and I want to save that for next time. Because I'm not starting a whole new dungeon tonight. So I want to see what else I can get done around here. I also would like to go back to Gerudo and look around there. How do you know it's Link? How do you know? I swear, there are 3 characters in this game. 4 characters in this game. I forgot she was a character. I'm gonna be so real. I keep forgetting Zelda in this game. But there are 4 characters in this game. Get down! I'm gonna have to repeat myself like a 5th time on this sentence. Oh lord. Get down. Don't go up there. Don't go up there. What are you doing? Oh my god. What are you on? No. No. Oh my gosh. I'm too old for kittens. I'm not old. Hi, you. I'm gonna hold you. I can almost see the game in front of me now. Old school RTS games like Warcraft 3, you still play as Link, but as a general who commands troops with Zelda as a unique character with power Triforce abilities, chipping away at Ganon's forces until the end of the game. Huh. Kind of like more of a war planning and strategizing game. Oh, that'd be so fun. That would be so fun. Are you gonna calm down so I can, like, say the sentence that I was trying to say? No? She's orange. She's an orange cat. It's really difficult. I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh, yeah. There are 4 characters in this game who know that Link is a wolf. And it's Link, Midna, Zelda, and this damn delivery guy. How does he know? I'll be running around as Wolf Link and he'll be like, "Hey, Link, how do you know?" She did not want to be held anymore. If I had the skill to make a fan game like that, Nintendo's lawyers would still find a way to send me a cease and desist. Yeah. I will say we are making some headway toward them breaking the the norms that they have going with their Zelda games. Because we've now gotten a game where it's just centered around playing as Zelda. So we've seen a game that is designed around the concept of having the main character be the wielder of the Triforce of Wisdom. So who says that we can't have more of that? I've come to deliver a letter. Letter from Barnes. Why is he mailing me? I hate that guy. I hate him. He keeps inviting me to going to lunches and dinners, and I don't want to go. And the other game, that was also for the Wii U. Yeah, Hyrule Warriors? Yeah. The one downside is that that's not a mainline game. And we do have Age of Calamity as well, and we will soon have Age of Imprisonment. I swear to God, if Link is in Age of Imprisonment, I quit. He should not be in that game. The only thing that I'll accept for him being in the game is if he's there as, like, a bonus character kind of thing, where he doesn't have any plot writing to explain why he's there, and he's just there for the sake of, oh yeah, you can play as him if you want, and just having the option to play as him. As, like, this fun extra character. But there should be no plot reason for him to be in that game, because it would not make sense. Because it's supposed to be about Zelda's story of her time period in her war that she was involved in the past. Oh my god, there's a Poe. Oh my god, there's a Poe. Oh my god. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. I think the day's about to start. Quick. Quick. Go. These Poes, man. They sneak up on me. Alright. See, I just wanted to... I swear. I think I'm supposed to... Oh, I remember now. You're kidding. You're kidding. Why did that not work? Obviously, it was not about to turn today, and I did not need to panic. No! I pressed the wrong button! I pressed the wrong button! Just let me up there! Just let me up there! I just want to get the chest, please! I hate the spinner. I hate the spinner. I hate the spinner. I hate it so much. Everything sucks. I hate the spinner. Why? Why am I here? Just to suffer? Alright, let's go. Ooh, got it. I think this is just a stamp. Yeah. After all that. Pain and suffering for a stamp I can't use. Why must it be like this? Oh, I should look at the letter I got, shouldn't I? Interesting bombs in. I don't need them. Leave me alone. I want arrows. I want my arrows back. You talk nice about Beyblade Jr. now. It had such a cool concept. It was underutilized and misused. She could have been so good. It could have been such a great weapon, and it could have been such a great item. All they had to do was make it another mode of transport. Faster than Wolflink, slower than Epona. It hurts. It hurts because there's so many good ideas. Oh, shoot. He opened it. That's right. That's how last stream ended. I left it on a cliffhanger, and I never resolved the cliffhanger. I should resolve the cliffhanger. He got it done. He did it. He destroyed the wall. The rock wall's gone. All my hard work. Hey, look, brother. The way is now clear, just as I promised. I do not know where you are headed, but be careful. Yay! Yes. I'm trying to remember what other spinner. I think most of the spinner quests are. Whoa, zoom out. I wish I remembered when the hidden village. Yeah, rip arrows. I miss my arrows. But I think most of the spinner quests are near Hidden Village. Let me go back up. The map has the shape of a skull. Oh my god, you're so right. You're so right. I never noticed that. Hello, welcome back. Just did one of my least favorite dungeons in the game. Hot take. And now I'm trying to remember where I can go for some side stuff with the spinner, because I'm not inclined to start the next part of the main quest tonight, because then I'd be up for another like 2 to 3 hours, and I don't want to do that. Yeah, I can't unsee it either. I love that you can translate the Hylian, though. And it's actual text. I don't have the double claw shot. So that's that. Oh, it's such a far trek, isn't it? Oh my goodness. I guess there's no harm in checking in with Telma's bar. Yeah. I know the stamps have the alphabet. Yeah, like that's A. At one point I knew the alphabet so well for Hylian that I could just go into Twilight Princess and read it. To be fair, most of the letters do look like English letters. So it's very easy to one-to-one translate it. Like, you can see the J in that. That's a P. Yeah, that's a P. That's a K. Close to looking like a B, but it's not a B. I can kind of see the N in that. I can see the O in that. That's very obviously a Y. Yeah, the U is also visible there. Like a mix between katakana and Latin alphabet. Yeah, I see that. I love how easy it is to just translate there, and I do like that you can just go and use the stamps to translate. There are places where it's a bit more convenient to do that and easier to do that, but I think that's mostly just because by that point in the game, you have more stamps available to you. And if I remember correctly, I think it was in the Temple of Time where you could do that more. Could you get down from there? Oh my goodness, I got you a cat treat. I got you a cat treat. Go climb that. Let go of my plant. Up you go. Kittens, I swear to God. Orange. An orange kitten. And then her sister is picking up on her traits. They are mischievous. I love them. But please, stop going in my plants. One of them knocked over one of my plant pots the other day. And all I could think was if that cat was a boy, I had wished that cat's name was Link. Because the amount of times that cat goes near my pots, I swear to God. Yeah, if I have any health condition like a stroke or something, it's them. But it's fine, because they're worth it. Trying to keep an eye out for Epona's call. Because I'd like to do this on horseback because that's a bit quicker, but I'm not seeing it. You could just leave me alone. Yeah, that's great, thank you. I know there's a lot of stuff I can do in areas with the Dominion Rod, because there's puzzles for the Dominion Rod as well. Not sure about the spinner though. Oh my god, I wish that they made Wolf Link progressively stronger as you got further in the game. Why did you attack me? I'm leaving you alone. Oh my, if you leave me alone, I leave you alone, please. It'd be so funny if I went all this way and there was not a spinner puzzle over here. And I was completely wrong. I feel like I remember there being a spinner puzzle here. And that's Hidden Village. I need a special thing. Yeah, there we go. I was right. Well, I do know that the cycle was established in Skyward Sword. It still has the somehow Palpatine has returned vibes every time I see Ganon. Yeah. Like, how is this bitch back? I already killed him! Okay. So what have you guys been up to? I've been rewatching Lego Monkey Kid. I need bombs. I've been making my brother watch Lego Monkey Kid particularly. I'm willing to blow myself up with you guys, so I don't... Worth it. Yeah, alright. I've been scouring the archive.org website and discovered that it has a surprising amount of movies. Interesting. Did you watch any? Yeah, the old Barbie movies! Which is your favorite? I have a few favorites. I like Princess and the Pauper, Mermaid's Tale. There was a few more. I'm forgetting. I'm blanking. Oh my god. I swear there's so many more. Ooh. This is how I'm gonna get arrows back. Ignore me. These fools don't know I'm patient. I'm really not a patient person, but for saving resources, I am. A friend introduced me to Princess and the Parrot Popper and Fairytopia. Fairytopia is really fun. Oh my god, what did you knock over? No! Not the broken pot. No, get down. No, why did you knock it over? Why did you do that? It's missing a piece. There it is. I have the broken pot that my cat broke still kind of put together loosely to hold my plant because I haven't had the opportunity to get a new pot yet. And she just went up to the pot and started knocking the pieces off. Not sure what else she's planned to show me, but she's very disappointed that I don't really like Bibble. No, Bibble's a jerk. I hate Bibble. Down with Bibble. I'm on your side on this one. I feel vindicated. I've grown up with Barbie my whole life. Never liked that guy. Screw Bibble. Yeah, okay, let me go the other route. Maybe there's something there, because I felt like there were like 2 spinner puzzles on this path. It has so much potential! Wouldn't it be cool if Twilight Princess came to Switch 2 and they made Spinner another mode of transport? And fixed my one problem with the Spinner? Why does this path exist? Why does this path exist? That was so pointless. Okay. And I will say, it is a little annoying how long it takes to get to a point in the game where you can fix the bridge. Alright, I'm gonna go to Castletown. I'm looking at you. Hi, Cinnamon. And I would like to go and pay the guy for the heart piece. I don't think I have enough rupees to get the heart piece yet, but you might as well just drop off some money since I'm close to my wallet being full. Oh, and I can drop off a bug for Agatha before I do that. So I'll be back, sir. Because I did get a bug in Gerudo Desert. I don't know where the other one was, but I did get a bug. Made a DLC where enemies also have spinners, and you can customize the spinner based on speed, damage, weight, and bounciness. And engage in... they just add Beyblade to... Damn, it'd become my favorite Zelda game, maybe. I don't know, that just... It'd at least go above Ocarina of Time in my tier list. Because my current is Wind Waker for my top... Get down! Why are you doing this? Get down. This cat's gonna be the death of me. My top 4 currently are Wind Waker, Skyward Sword, Ocarina, and then Twilight Princess. It would at least be above Twilight Princess if it had Beyblade in it. Because damn, That's just cool as hell. And I don't think I have any other bugs. If I do, she'll yell at me and I'll know. I don't have any more bugs. Okay. I did not want to check. Alright. Let me go pay the guy. Of course, I don't think the rupees are really gonna influence it, because I was only gonna give him something in the hunt. Like, I was gonna give him 800. I didn't want to do math, so I didn't add 50 to my total. Oh, never mind. It's in increments of 50. Okay, I'll give him that 50 then. Oh my goodness. I forget. I think it's like 1,000 rupees. The rupee armor is also hot garbage. Yeah. I will say it's a way to get rid of your rupees, though. And with how many damn rupees you get in this game. Maybe it's 500. It's not 500. Okay. Get down! No! Get down. Get down. Come on. Oh boy. I had a moment of peace where they stopped going on my furniture for like a day because they were more interested in climbing the cat tree. She just put up again! Get down! Get down! She's distracting me from paying this old man. Alright, 50 rupees, and I'll be back with the rest someday. No, no, no. Do not do that. Don't jump up there. Do not jump up there. Don't jump up there. Don't do it. No, no, no. I see your butt wiggling. Don't do it. You're not slick. Don't do it. Thank you. Walk away. Walk away. Jesus. No, I don't want to talk to you. That's okay. That's okay. No. If anyone has any tips for getting cats to stay off your furniture, let me know. How's that Ilya doing, honey? I'm sure that shaman will find a way to get her memory back. That Renato is a talented man for sure. Anyway, honey, you've got your own things to worry about, so you just make sure you do what needs doing right now, okay? Now, I'm not doubting you, honey, but if you're wondering what you ought to be doing, you ought to go talk to our friend Ashy. She's up on the Hyrule's northern mountain checking things out, and she's got good instincts, trust me. If you need detailed directions, just take a peek at the map on the table. Tinfoil. That's a good idea. My one thing is that she keeps jumping onto my record player, and I don't want to scratch the wood of the record player with the tinfoil. Don't do it. I'm watching you do that. You're not slick. You're so silly. You are so silly. You need to stop. Not allowed in that corner anymore. Because every time you go in that corner, it's nefarious. Stop it. Get some help. And she's using my computer to jump up there. She jumps onto my computer and then jumps up there. And I can't cover the vent on top of my computer. It's such a, like, weird situation where I don't know how to get her to stop. Because I was like, oh, I could put clean wrap on there. But she would just be a menace about it. And it'd wreck my computer because it wouldn't have airflow. I mean, I could poke holes in tinfoil and put it on top of the metal of my computer. I don't know. My cats are old. They just sit around and chill all day. I am excited for them to not be kittens anymore. They're adorable. They're tiny. They're sweet. I love them. I am good for them to not be kittens. They're also teething. And that's its own problem as well. Because now they're chewing stuff. I'm trying to remember if there are any other spinner puzzles I can remember. I did not agree to do that, actually. Thanks. How is Kakariko doing? I hate to leave, but it's too it's okay. I was literally about to say the last thing I'm doing tonight is just checking on Ilya in here because I don't remember when she regains her memory because I want that horse whistle. And then I'm going to and leaving because I don't have anything else to really do in this game other than like scrounge around to find some side content to do, but I might as well save it for when I can do a lot more side content. Yeah, she still doesn't have her memories back. And the next thing to do is the main quest, and I'm not continuing that tonight. So, I was actually also wrapping up. So, have a great night. Next week we're gonna get to Snow Peak, which is my favorite dungeon in this game. So I'm very excited to go from this kind of low point in this game for me, and going to the high point that I have in this game. I do enjoy just yapping about lore and theories, even if my knowledge is overall limited. I love talking extensively about it. My knowledge is still a little limited because I've only played a handful. I haven't played much of the 2D. I've played all but one of the 3D. But I research as much as I can about the lore just because I love the lore, and I do love talking about it with you, and you're so fun to have in chat, so thank you. But, yep. Tonight we got through, Gerudo. There's definitely some stuff I want to explore at some point in the Gerudo Desert, but I think I'm going to wait until I get the double claw shot to go back there. Because it's a lot easier to navigate the area once I have the double claw shot, but that's so far. I don't know, I'll figure it out. But, have a great night, and I will see you for Snow Peak. Good night. Oh my goodness, I was not recording this. Oh no! So, oh boy. I forgot to record this stream. I will see if there's anything I can do to get around that, but I'll post updates on my Insta if something doesn't work out, or on my YouTube if something doesn't work out, but I will try to get this resolved. But have a great time. Have a good week.